Welcome back for part 2.
Definitely, and it's lovely that like your mum and dad, what they had to do. We know the challenges often we have to do to give our children a better life. You know, and even you starting off your business, that is not easy.
That probably came at the worst time, to be fair.
But you know, it might not have, because everything happens for a reason. I remember speaking to Chloe, and Chloe saying, "No, you know, like we're going to go. He's going to go ahead. He's going to do it. He's something to focus on. This is his." And you know, and you'd always dreamt, I suppose, of opening your own business. You'd done so much for it, and it was there for you to, I suppose, something to keep you busy and something. And look how well.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about now. Is Supreme Motors. Look how well you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like you said that it probably came at the worst times because you're probably the sorest.
I would say
it
so,
hurt so much, and you're opening a new business that you wanted to embrace and enjoy this new chapter.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
But
it took my mind off it at the same time. So
does.
like, you know, still does. So
it's a focus, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is,
To bring in income,
definitely.
to do exactly what your mum and dad did when they first came over here.
Yeah.
Brought you then over as a 10-year-old to this country. What school you went to?
Christ the King.
Christ the King.
Yeah.
And
Not knowing a word of English at all. Like,
Not-
yeah.
No English.
No, none at all. Count to from 1 to 10. That's about it.
Oh my word! Not a word.
No.
But you
Like that's a podcast on its own. Bringing a check, but seriously, like coming in till
10 years of age, you'd have been P6, P7.
P7, yeah.
P7. So
P7.
how did you manage, or what did you do?
No, they just flung me into primary school and that was it.
Through
But,
in the deep end.
yeah, and like I didn't hang about with Lithuanian kids. I think that was the difference. It was where I just hung about with Irish kids all the time.
okay,
And that's what helped me.
you picked up the language
so
and
quick, like,
relationships and friendships and
Yeah.
Suppose you're young, you would pick it up quick, wouldn't you? Because I know,
yeah, definitely.
I know Caleb would speak
Aye.
Lithuanian, doesn't
a
he?
wee bit,
Aye.
a wee bit.
And do you still speak it?
I could do all the
Bits
time.
and pieces,
with my
yeah.
dad
Your
and stuff.
daddy,
Aye,
of
you're
course.
chatting to him,
Yeah.
yeah. Does your daddy talk much English, or is it mostly Lithuanian?
He'll talk mostly English to him,
Right.
which pains Chloe all the time.
Because she wants
she wants
him
him,
to learn
yeah.
the language,
Yeah.
and he will, won't he?
He should pick it up, yeah. It's so hard because it's only my dad
Aye.
that speaks it to him now, you know.
Right.
Where when like Caleb would be with my mum and dad nearly every weekend and stuff,
Yeah.
so it would be, and he would be around him all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But that doesn't happen anymore. So it doesn't. So it'll be a lot more.
Harder maybe to pick it
Yeah,
up, but he'll get it. Like,
He will.
Yeah.
so
yeah.
whenever you left then to go to secondary school, what one did you go to?
Sacred Heart.
And did you have bother there, or did you just settle in and get the English? Was it well
That's
picked up by
another
then?
podcast.
No, English is well picked up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. Like we had exams, obviously, go before Sacred Heart, and
That's right.
Yes.
I
You
didn't
would
do as
have.
well because of my language.
Yes.
And then I picked it up, and then I had to redo them exams when I was in secondary school
Yeah.
to move up in class and stuff. But yeah, it was fine. Like,
Were you bad wee shite in school?
no, actually, it wasn't.
You're
Yeah.
probably real,
I
Mr.
actually
Civil,
wasn't.
and
No, I
big
was a
blue
wee-
eyes.
I was a
And
wee-
as she says, she's come back from holiday, and she, poor Chloe, who's scundered, she's white, and he's the wee man, and you come back and the
Yeah.
cutting.
You're tanned.
Yeah.
That is annoying altogether. So as Kira says, you weren't a wee skitter then? You were.
No, I wasn't. Secondary school was actually quite hard at the start. So it was, you know, there was a lot.
To navigate, like it's hard,
Yeah.
never mind.
It's a new country
For
too.
us, when I remember going in,
Yeah.
but you've come in till at
Yeah.
the age of 10,
Yeah.
you know, and then moving into a big school
Mm-hmm.
in the town.
Yeah.
You know, your other school was, I suppose, very near home, so you knew
Yeah.
your mum and dad were only down the road.
That's it, like, yeah.
But it's a big. But there's the, I suppose, the fuel. You're a man that wants to bring in bring a future, the best for your family, and that isn't easy on a song because you have to get up and out and bring the man's the bread.
Yeah.
And it isn't easy. And like, so you've started off a business. You have a business partner.
So I do, yeah. Yeah.
And what's his name? I have to give him a wee mess.
Remus,
Remus.
you call him, yeah.
So is he holding the fort today?
He's holding for today, so he is,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So
He'd probably be there.
when he
He'd
sells
probably be
anything.
has to do it.
Well, he'd probably prefer to be there than here.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, he did say that.
Aye. You go,
How did you come to sell cars?
yeah.
Started off when I was actually in secondary school. Like I always loved cars and stuff, and then I fell in with a group of friends where we were all into cars, and to get it through secondary school as well. I was buying and selling back then as well a wee bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to uni. We didn't get the degrees that everybody else did. No, not degrees. Sorry, the money
Yes.
that everybody else did, like the support and stuff
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So what
yeah.
did you do in university?
Computer science.
Okay.
Nothing to do with car sales, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
sure, here you have to go to uni and have a
I
bit
had
of,
to do something.
bit of
Yeah.
fun too.
And because mum and dad were earning a bit more, so the war, I wasn't getting the support to stay up and stuff. So
Exactly.
I started selling cars on the side end. So I did when I was in uni,
Brilliant.
and I loved it.
Class.
I got through my course. I didn't enjoy my course at all. So I didn't. I got through it in the end, and then I was like, "Frig that!" Always wanted to work in a dealership, and it was the first job I applied for, and I got it. So. I
And that was
turned it down.
out. Is that Dungannon or?
Donnelly's Dungannon, yeah.
Yeah, so you were yet again wasn't a nomad, wasn't
Yeah.
right? So you got the job there.
Yeah, and that's it. That kind of just
And from there.
I went from there, yeah. But it was always in the back of my mind was to go out my own and do it my own. I was just there to get contacts and stuff.
Yes, yes.
And then I seen a career path there. So did, but then I just took a turn then at the very end, where I was offered the space for myself. I was offered it 3 or 4 times, and I turned it down, and I didn't do it because I was just scared to do it.
Isn't that a big jump, isn't it? It
Yeah.
is scary.
Yeah,
Because you had security around you
Yeah.
by being with the firm or whatever.
yeah,
To go out on your own.
yeah. Had to do it, and that was it. It was
The best
actually
thing you ever did it?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a conversation. Me and Remus we were actually away on a wee trip, and it was a conversation over a bottle of whiskey, and that's where it came from.
See, that's when many of them
And I
happen.
was like, yeah.
Is he your best friend?
He is now, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Apart from Chloe now. He's your
Oh, well,
male
let that
best
remain because, you know, when you work in business, it can be tough.
friend. I know.
Yeah. It's so good because I would be more inclined to be in the office and doing all the computer work and dealing with customers, where he's more in the back, cleaning the cars and doing.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a great
yeah.
worked well
partnership
together.
there.
You don't clash, so you
No.
don't.
Well, that's
'cause if
good.
we both on the same thing, we
Yes.
definitely clash.
Oh yeah.
And you would know that from previous. It is that you
Yeah.
will, of course, because if you're with somebody every day, like, you know, I imagine me with Kira every day and then going home with her every day. Oh my
Too
God.
much, is it?
But it is friendly. But that's not, you can't do that in life.
Oh,
so
you need a
No.
break.
it
and
is
you-
about
aye.
you have your own rhythm in
Yeah.
there and he is his and the two yous do that
yeah.
really well. So Supreme Motors, where did you get Supreme
name?
Motors NA, is it?
Premotors and I, yeah.
Yes.
Where did we get that from? I think it was actually Chloe.
Yes.
So we need a name. Try and think of it. She's a creative person, so
She
she is.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, she
So I
is.
said to her, says just make up a name and we'll go with it. And that was it. You know, it was just simple as that.
And you have the logo and all, and you're now sponsoring our podcast.
podcast,
yeah.
The podcast needs money because we have to pay that wee creator sitting over in his wee seat there.
That's my socks.
And he gets it all compiled together. And so it has to generate, you know, we have to generate money in order to do this. And the reason why we're doing a podcast is we can't support everybody out there.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But even having conversations and people picking up a podcast that they find maybe is beneficial for them is so worth it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
resource
It's
that we're able to.
priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it needs funded. So we've been very lucky. A lot of we've had local businesses funding our podcast. This is our 3rd season.
Mm-hmm.
So lovely Supreme Motors. You sponsored the Mummy Banter,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's followed on to this. And we do appreciate it. And I think it even warms our cotton socks as a daddy.
Aye, it's an S2 daddy.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to give back at the same time as well for all the help that we had at the start and even now as well. Even you're like going back to like Thursday, Aladdin Kingdoms days, you know, like they were so important.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't think that much, like, but they were so important
Mm-hmm.
for Chloe, especially where a Thursday was. She just had to be there.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't have everything to be there.
A wee lifeline. And
Yeah.
then the
Yeah.
one-to-ones that Chloe would have received.
Yeah.
Because Chloe ended up having, I suppose, antenatal anxiety, you know,
Yeah.
going into her 2nd pregnancy.
Yeah.
And it's often bringing the fear of the first with you,
Yeah.
and having them one-to-ones and providing that safe space
Yeah.
where Chloe could come in and talk. So I suppose when Chloe would have come into us and goes to Aladdin's Kingdom, do you see a difference in Chloe when you return home?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
What does that look like, Vic? What is that? Is there within her?
She's just relieved, I think,
Mm-hmm.
to let it all out with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just happier
Mm-hmm.
and stuff as well. You know, like I know it hit her hard, so it did, but them Thursday nights were everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd say. So they were,
Yeah.
It was a time that maybe she didn't go to them. You know, it was a bit of dinner weekend. So
Yeah.
it was, you know,
Yeah.
it was understandable.
I remember you were our first daddy that came to the Land's Kingdom because Chloe had only just had the wee doll
Mm-hmm.
and was for coming in to see us. And Chloe came in with Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
and you walked in behind her with the wee doll in the car seat, what, 2 weeks old. Oh my God. You have to stay with the photograph because this is amazing. But that's how determined she was getting. She was getting to the get together, and
She was.
you dropped her off and you came back later on and left her, didn't you?
Yeah, I did,
It was lovely to see because it's a family unit and everybody was there, and we were all so delighted to see her coming in again.
But
So
Chloe is a very emotionally intelligent lady.
Mhm.
I don't think she realised how emotionally intelligent she was until she became emotionally unwell.
yeah.
Because she's able to pull herself out of it and work on her well-being,
Yeah.
her emotional well-being. There's a lot of people can't do that, Vic.
Yeah.
And we work with a lot of people that are stuck, and I think we could throw everything at it,
You're shoveling sand because
and they're not going to move.
Yeah.
Chloe never wanted to stay still, so when she felt,
Mm-hmm.
excuse the expression, the shit was hitting the fan, or her emotions were going in a spin, or she was losing a sense of self, she would have reached in
Yeah.
to her village and looked for support and looked to understand why she was feeling the way she's feeling.
Yeah.
That give her education, which feeds back into the home.
Yeah, I thought surely, yeah.
yeah.
You know, your children are going to benefit from that, and no doubt no doubt, definitely.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Like even the way you're talking there about the love, you know, and thinking that how you going to divide this love.
Yeah.
That's conversations you and Chloe have been having.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah.
Do you know there's people think it but never say it?
Mhm.
All of them wonderful conversations.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
You know.
This is Fill Your Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, and we couldn't bring the podcast to you today without the support of Supreme Motors. Whether you're looking for something affordable or a top-tier option, Supreme have the perfect car for you, along with a commitment to exceptional care at all times. Visit suprememotors.co.uk.
I know sometimes it's probably bloody annoying when us women are always right.
Aye.
You know.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Me and the Kira and the Chloe when we're right about stuff. Doesn't it annoy them, Kira?
All the time.
We'll just let you have it. Yeah.
Aye, you just say
It
nothing.
has to.
Yeah.
Do you know what
It's
was
easier.
what when I'm doing a bit of work there recently, and it's about the 3 H's. If a man could learn this, and especially a woman, right? I think it goes both parties. When they're upset, you either ask them, "Do you want hugged? Do you want me to hear you? Or do you want me to help?" Now, most likely they want all 3, but even to give them a choice, and if, say, for example, I'm all emotional, you know, and life's been terrible today, and my husband would come to me and go, "Right, Una, how can I help you? Do you want me to help you? Do you want a hug? Or do you just want me to stand here and hear?" Because often Michael used to try and get into fix-it mode.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah. Going to get a weekend. Well, we'll go away for a
Yeah.
weekend. That's
Throw
the
money at
fucking
it.
last
That's
thing
the
I
worst thing you
wanted.
can do. Yeah, yeah.
To throw money at. But all he used to have, if all he had done in the early days is just think of the 3 H's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugged, held, heard, and helped.
Mhm.
We often might need the 3 of them.
Yeah.
But even for me to know, if he'd have said that, even just to lend me his ears, I don't want him to go and fix anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need a vent.
Yeah.
We all need a vent as human.
Yeah.
Normally, use men are great at venting because you vent through your sport. Even you get your aggravation out and whatever. I'm not into sport. Kira's into her weights and stuff, but I like to talk. I just sometimes somebody just to lend me there.
Mhm.
Lender your ear there, Vic.
That's all. But I mean, you might find that because your wife is emotionally intelligent. That's sometimes all
That's like
somebody who's
Yeah.
emotionally engaged with self will need.
Mhm.
They just need you to stand there.
Just listen, or just
Yeah.
let them
Yeah.
at it, you know, and just
Think of the
yeah.
3 H's, and then
Yeah.
of course we hug at the end. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
And you can book the weekend away if you want after that.
After all that,
yeah.
We'd always take that too.
Definitely not.
No bother. Uh-huh.
We've come to the part now in the podcast is what fills your cuppa.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you get this? Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
What keeps you well? So,
Yeah.
what fills your cuppa?
Probably just getting a bit of time for myself.
Brilliant.
playing a bit of sport or something as
Uh-huh.
well. You know, like we got into golf recently as well. So we did like busting the boys just out in the golf
Yeah.
course. Couple
It's
of-
amazing
yeah.
to hear a man, because we're always trying to encourage women a bit of time for yourself, but for a man trying to say a bit of time for myself, that they actually, yes, you understand the importance of it.
Yeah. Or you need to get out.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do.
So you do, yeah.
As you
definitely.
said, like, there's one day in the week that it's for you,
Yeah.
because it helps every other day.
But you and Chloe, you mean? Is that one day a week that you and Chloe?
Me and Chloe
Also-
would one day a week, yeah.
Yeah.
And then about
we try to obviously, but doesn't always work.
always
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
I think it's very important to have at least one day a week for,
Yeah.
for the two of you, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Take it out, yeah.
And you have said there exactly that you want to. It's about you having time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we often would get, women mothers would go. Sure, he's working all day.
Yeah.
Time does become our enemy when we're stuck in the house. But you're working. That's not you going off to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. So you're so right. You need time out
Mhm.
because that helps with time in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And that the sport and that what does sport give you? What does that give?
Just you forget about everything
Mhm.
around you. You know, that's all it is. Just a little bit of stress.
So you go from basketball to golf, a big ball to a wee ball.
Ah, it's all about the
What
ball.
about football too, yeah.
And football as well. How do
Anything.
you even,
I'm a
like,
sports person, so
whenever you hit
anything-
the golf ball, like, how do you
Yeah.
even see where it goes?
Well, I'm bad at it, like, so it just goes left or right somewhere. It never goes
Four.
straight,
He
like,
blames
yeah,
the wind.
4, yeah.
Run!
Ah, love it.
Very much, yeah.
So sport, you getting a wee bit of time out with your friends,
Yeah,
helps you.
yeah. Or even your own as well.
Yeah.
Even walking a dog helps, you know, like just go out on your own,
Aye.
Yeah.
put the earphones in, listen to the music and walk the dog.
What kind of music are you into, Vic?
Anything and everything.
Are you?
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
Right.
Well, then no, actually. Yeah. Anything, bit of country, just charts, something, you know.
Anything.
Right.
You know,
So
as
you're
long as
not a
there's noise.
Pacific heavy metal, all in
No.
it. Country?
Yeah.
You like country?
I love
Yeah.
country. Aye.
Can you jive?
No. Yeah. Somebody will say no, but I would say yeah.
When you're drunk, you're probably dead.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Jiving two people. I know.
I was going to ask a question there. You go back to Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Have you any tattoos?
Well, I'm not going to show them, but yes, I do.
He went on his stag do and got a tattoo.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, as you do.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen again.
Rather than wear a dress, he got a tattoo instead.
I did.
Branded for the rest of his life.
Reason, yeah.
Very good.
Una Mary, what do you do what have you been doing to keep your cuppa filled?
Do you know, I don't even, it's been busy.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has. We have had the painters in painting the house. So that was a lot now. Moving furniture. I love moving furniture in the office, but it takes a bucking piss when you're moving the house.
Every night.
Everything. So my house is upside down. But even seeing, I suppose, a wee bit of decorating, starting to put a bit of love back into the home.
Aye.
Because it can be neglected when you're out working and you have other stuff to do. But then I have this in my head and I need to get nice curtains and I need nice cushions. And Mike is going, you do not need any more cushions. I'm a cushion freak. I love my cushions. I would need cushion covers and I don't need cushions, but I need covers. I'm thinking of all the other stuff.
You're
there.
getting now to plan. You're getting to get excited about what way it's going to all end up. You
Yeah, but I
envision-
need to settle my BAP.
Right.
I need to do one room at a time. The rooms
Yeah.
are painted.
Yeah.
And then to tart it up, it'll be
Yeah.
one room at a time because it all costs this.
Oh,
Of course,
aye.
yeah.
So that, even though if you had asked me that last week, I was overwhelmed with it all because it is a strange man in my house.
Mm-hmm.
A strange man walked out of my bedroom. Last Friday, I left Podrick off to work and I came back and it wasn't the painter that was there 2 days previous. And he says,
wasn't
sorry, I'm just sat, you know, my brother, I'm helping him out. And I was like, shit, like a strange man coming out of my bedroom. Because your bedroom's your wee haven. But anyway, so that took a lot out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it'll fill my cup up in the end because the house needed tender love and care.
Lovely.
But it's expensive too. But I have to take my time.
Yeah.
Put the brakes on and take me time.
One room at a time.
It's all painted, just needs tarted up.
You'll have fun with that.
I will love that, but I wish it didn't cost anything. I need to go second-hand shops. But there's no decent ones around.
Aye.
Too dear. I like my bargains now.
Mm-hmm.
Any for how, Mrs. O, how have you filled your cuppa?
I was away on holidays with my best friend and my cuppa was filled to the brim with pina colada.
It was
Definitely.
overflowing.
It was overflowing. On the Friday, it definitely was overflowing. You see, we went out for a wee walk. Started to rain. So I had to go and take shelter, Vic, as you do. You wouldn't
yeah.
want to be stuck in the rain.
Imagine it rained.
And we were blew into a pub.
Imagine, yeah.
We blew into a pub and then we blew into another pub. So we just had to stay there all day till it stopped raining.
In Portugal, it
and we were
rained.
on the coast, so there was it was quite windy, so we were feared to go out. So we had to just stay in the
Just
Marshall.
stay there,
Yeah, well, we just stayed there. And it was the best tonic that I have had in a lot. I've been on holiday in 16 years, so it was the best thing. So the conversation, the memories, the laughs, the tears, the giggles, the people you meet. It was just it does your heart good to realise and to know that they're there.
And good company does really help. You could go away to somewhere and the company could be terrible and you know it's not worth the money you've spent. You could come home worse.
Well, we have the chapters. We have the chapters of Villamora. There's 37 of them, and some of them can't be repeated because
You're not reading them out now.
no. This is my jokes.
I'm saying,
I'm not going to read it.
Prepare for these.
I can't. Yes,
She's a script there.
Prepare for these.
Yes, Vic, prepare for the
I've been given a wild touch. Look at him sitting back waiting for them. I've been given a wild touch that my jokes are no good, so I have been.
Practicing away.
I am on the ball.
So she's,
Did you know? I might have already asked that one there.
that's
I
funny.
heard a good joke about a pizza.
Right.
It's really cheesy though.
She told us to laugh, by the way.
You meant to laugh. I went to a really emotional wedding at the weekend. Even the wedding cake was in tears.
Duh, duh, duh.
I accidentally got ketchup in my eyes today.
That's a bit silly.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
No.
Are you okay?
Yes, but now I've got hindsight.
That's not a bad one.
This is one for Vic. Why could the baby not score in basketball?
It's too small.
He was always dribbling.
So that's dribbling into that there. Oh, very good.
Did you hear about the two spiders that got engaged?
Nope.
They met in the web.
That's a good one. Can we ask Vic to tell people where Supreme Port is, where you find?
Whereabouts can we find Supreme Motors?
We're not the easiest to find, but if you visit our website, it's 44 Edge on McKilly Road.
Yeah.
And we're just out by Killyclahers J Pitch.
Yeah.
So we're next left in, and you'll
Down
find
the
us.
hill.
Just, the down the hill.
Deadly.
There's more signs coming, so we'll be on the roadside as well.
Mighty. And thank you, Vic.
Thank you so much
for your company.
No problem.
Did we get you settled well in? You lost the layers
You all
there
right?
quite quickly, didn't you?
You did, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
You
been
spoke
an
amazing.
honour to have you,
Yeah,
and
thank
honestly,
you.
thank you so much. And thank you and your business partner for sponsoring
Yes. Thank
Fill Your Cuppa.
That's it, folks. We'll go and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
This was Fill Your Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, with me, Mrs. O, Kira O'Gowan, my co-hosts Una Leonard and Gemma Casty. The podcast today was brought to you with thanks to our sponsor Supreme Motors NI and produced by 9874 Creative.